I'll tell you, this drive across the I-40 bridge, east to west, west to east, is always a beautiful drive. I thought I would tour some places in West Memphis today because if you haven't been along this stretch of road in some years, you'll be surprised at what you'll find in West Memphis, Arkansas. West Memphis used to be known mainly for dog racing. Yes, dog racing. They had a lucrative business there that started in about 1956. Well, the last Greyhound race was held there on December 31st, 2022. On December 15th, the Southland Casino Hotel celebrated completion of its $320 million expansion, which included a brand new 300-room, 20-story hotel with 12 penthouse suites. As of April 1st, 2019, Southland became a full casino. Yes, it has a casino along with that Southland Casino Hotel. The casino itself has 2,400 slot machines, 50 live tables, plenty of places to eat, as well as bars to drink. Yes, there is something new in West Memphis. I thought I would show this to you if you didn't know, because if you're traveling through Memphis, instead of staying in Memphis, there's another alternative. You might want to spend the time in West Memphis. If you stay in West Memphis, you have a nice hotel. You can also do a little gambling while you're there. Not to rule out the casinos and the hotels in Tunica, but I'm just saying, not to rule out the hotels in Memphis, I'm just saying there is another choice, which is the casino in West Memphis, Arkansas. Well, here's the entrance to the casino as well as the hotel. I pulled over here for a minute because I can remember the days when the building in front of me was the entrance to the dog track. Anyone old enough to remember the chaos when the dog track was closing, with people running to get to their cars to be the first one to leave? It was like bumper cars out there and was so scary with cars barely missing each other. I never drove out of there, and I kept my eyes closed on the drive home because I would start screaming every time I look up. Ironically, I never recall any instances of road rage like they have today, as we were all just trying to get back home. Well, I've been inside this casino a couple of times. You go through a metal detector before you can get in, and you also have to show ID, which they scan. There seem to be plenty of security guards around, so it seems a very safe place to visit. I drove around the back of it this time, and I didn't realize it had this parking garage in the rear. Plenty of parking spaces, and there were plenty of parking spaces up front as well. It seems they love and welcome truckers because they have plenty of places for truckers to park. This is where the dog track used to be. Okay, stop now. I decided to drive to the town of West Memphis just to show you what a few of the streets look like and some parts of the town. I've never been to West Memphis, Arkansas myself, but I have read that when the clubs along Beale Street closed down back in the day because they had a curfew, the people who weren't ready to stop partying would drive across the bridge to West Memphis. And some of the musicians who played there during the 1940s and 1950s included Ike Turner and Howlin' Wolf. So it was a party place with gambling, clubs, and other things that Memphis just didn't have. I was also wondering how West Memphis got its name. And from what I've researched, the city got its name from a man named Zach Bragg. Well, Bragg owned what became a lucrative lumber company, and the town grew up around that lumber mill and became known as Bragg. Well, Bragg thought the town, as well as the lumber company, would be more profitable if the name was changed to West Memphis, as it sat right across the river from Memphis, and Memphis had a good lumber reputation. Well, that name change turned out to be a good thing and a profitable one as well for Bragg, who became the first mayor of West Memphis. I'm going to try to find 8th Street and see what's along that street, as well as 16th Street. from us says, Historic Downtown Broadway, Gateway to the Arkansas Delta. It would be nice if they fixed this up, make it a historic area. This is now drive down the street and come back up. Oh no, right turn. Get the big stop. This is 16th Street. It's 14th Street. We're probably past it. The mirror, if you can. It's 11th Street. Yeah, we passed it. Never mind.
Stop.
I turned down the famous 8th Street, which I heard was an entertainment hub back in the day. The reddish-white building on the left looks like one I've seen in pictures of one of the places they hung out. Not being familiar with the area, I didn't want to drive too far down, so I turned around after just a short while. I passed 16th Street, so I decided not to turn around and go back down that street, but chose this street. It looked interesting. Business district. Looks like well-established businesses on this street. Been here for years. Decided to take a drive along the outskirts of town. West Memphis seems to be a pretty large town. the I-40 bridge, I thought I would show you what the skyline of Memphis looks like as you enter Memphis from West Memphis, Arkansas. I think it's such a pretty skyline. I thank you for coming along with me. Hope you learned at least a little about West Memphis, Arkansas. And I'll pick you up on the next drive.